ladies and gentlemen, and we are here ready to rock and roll at West Ridge High School. And we've got another great Carter County matchup between two great schools. The Unaka Rangers girls team will take on the Cloudland Highlanders. That's right, this is a big Carter County rival, but it comes at the right time because this game is a regional semifinal game and is going to decide who's going to go to the regional championship. So I'm Chris Reddick, and we're here, and we've got a pretty good crowd here that's getting warmed up, as well as the basketball players getting warmed up. So I see a lot of bags of popcorn entering into the room, as well as slices of pepperoni pizza. So everybody's getting game ready for a great one tonight. Let's first talk about the Unaka Rangers. Oh my goodness, this team has had an incredible season. They, believe it or not, are 22-8, probably has one of the best records here with the last four remaining teams. I believe the second best record. But they finished third place in the district in the regular season. However, Unaka had a miraculous turnaround as they were able to pull off an upset win over North Green in the district finals. And of course, Unaka Rangers, they are led by outstanding shooter and all-around ball player number 3, Michelle Shields. Definitely one that the Highlanders are going to have to try to contain tonight. And if they're going to do that, they're going to have to control her from getting over 20 points tonight, as she averages just around 20 points per game. Of course, she gets it done not just in shooting, but she also gets rebounds, averages 3 or 4 rebounds a game, as well as assists. And you got to be careful because she also can steal the ball from you too. And also in the lineup, you got Laura Londa Sr., number 1 for the Unaka Rangers, and she has been a nice assistant to Michelle Shields' 20 points, as she's averaging over 7 points per game. And of course, you cannot leave out the freshman, number 13, Brooklyn Campbell. Brooklyn Campbell has had some outstanding games. I was able to witness a few games in the regular season, and one in particular is when Michelle Shields was injured at the beginning of the first quarter of the last matchup game, Carter County game between Unaka and the Happy Valley Warriors, their second game. And guess what? The freshman stood up and took over to help lead the team over a victory at Happy Valley Warriors. She had 13 points that night, so she was able to take up the slack where they were out that game. I believe 2 starters, Michelle Shields as well as Lauren Ludd. So you got to watch Brooklyn Campbell. On paper, she averages about 6 points, but like I said, at any given time, she can strike fire. Also, she's very aggressive on defense. So, young player is already growing up, playing like a sophomore, junior this time of year. One of the other contributors for the Unaka Rangers is Callie Shepard. Callie Shepard also averaging around 6.5 points per game. So, like we said earlier, going into the district, a little uncertain what you were going to get out of Unaka because, like I said, their star player, Michelle Shields, was hurt during that Happy Valley game, which right after that they were able to match up against Cloudland, so she missed that game. So they took a loss to Cloudland with the last matchup between them. So they went 0-2 against Cloudland, as well as they went 0-2 against North Green. They played North Green for their last district game in the regular season and went 0-2 with North Green. So that's why the Unaka Rangers, despite a record of 22-8, 4 of those losses came from district losses, which put them in 3rd place. However, they had an incredible turnaround, and they got things right, got things sharp. The return of Laura Lund, Michelle Shields, as well as the rest of the team, they were able to work together, work hard, pull some great upsets to pull off the win over North Green in the district finals. So, as a treat, the Unaka Rangers was able to take a break, and they actually got a bye during the first game of the region. So we're now on to the second game, and we're now having Cloudland, which how Cloudland got here is they took care of business in the quarterfinal matchup of the regionals by beating Washburn 41-37. Now Cloudland, despite the record of 15-14, like I said, they finished second in this district, but took the unfortunate upset from Unaka in the district. So, hey, this team is hungry and ready for a rematch. This is going to be their 4th time matching up this year. Unaka has 1, Cloudland has 2, but guess what? Throw it all away, because this is the game that matters, because the winner of this game obviously is going to put them in the finals of the region, but also will guarantee them a spot in a sub-state game. So a lot on the line. And of course, Cloudland, we got some outstanding players as far as McKinney Shell, which she had a great game of 14 points to lead the Cloudland Highlanders over Washburn. And also you got to look after Jones, Gabriella Jones, number 32, as well as Mackenzie Street. So those are some of the top players for the Highlanders, as we're just under 3 minutes away between this Carter County rival. So, like I said, the crowd is beginning to fill up. You see on the opposite side of me, the Cloudland Highlander fans chosen to sit on that side, and the Unaka Rangers, as we pan the camera over here for you, you got the Unaka Rangers fans getting ready to rock and roll here at West Ridge High School. So, we are excited. I hope you're excited. So, stay tuned, as guess what? We're going commercial free today. So there won't be any commercials. And we do apologize, because we have the basic setup tonight to where we'll have to keep shouting out the score for you. I may occasionally be able to pan the camera over there to the scoreboard. They've had scoreboards on each side of the gymnasium, which, by the way, this is my first time here at the West Ridge Gymnasium. And, you know, I'm very impressed with the work they have done to put this gymnasium together. Not sure of the capacity, but it looks like plenty of room. They actually got a walk around here on the 2nd level, so I'm located here on the 2nd level where you can just walk all around. So, hey, if you want to watch the game, you can also get you some laps in. So anyway, we're just under 2 minutes. We got about a minute and a half away to game time. We got Coach Burfield for Cloudland Highlanders, as well as Coach Chambers for the Unaka Rangers, getting their teams ready. And I believe here in just a moment we're going to turn things over to our PA announcer, and they're going to give you the starting lineup tonight between the Unaka Rangers and the Cloudland Highlanders. This is a girls' game, semifinals regional matchup in 1A. Looks like we're going to first start off with the national anthem. As they set the game clock, 8-minute quarters, they'll be playing. And just before we get started, I see
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Mike Hines,
Welcome to the Unaka Athletic Complex in the campus of West Ridge High School for Region 1 tournament action between the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Lady Highlanders of Cloudland, against the home team on the scoreboard, the Lady Rangers of Unaka. At this time, if you would please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Number 14, Lincoln Blair. And number 32, Adriana Jones. Lady Highlanders are coached by head coach Matt Birchfield, assisted by Shelley McKinney, Courtney Hayward, Courtney Wilson, Sydney Forbes. And now, starting lineup for the Lady Rangers. Wearing number 1, Lauren Hunt. Number 3, Michelle Shields. Number 13, Brooklyn Campbell. Number 24, Callie Shepard. And number 40, Kiana Haig. Lady Rangers are coached by head coach Kenneth Chambers, assisted by Emily Campbell, Mike Dorsey, Abby Carter. Officials for tonight's game: Bobby Ramsey, Michael Lawson, Drew Hall.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is game time. And one of the starters that I left out to talk about for Unaka, that is Miss Kiana Hagee, and she is the leading rebounder for the Unaka Rangers. As we're off and ready, getting things started. Cloudland already with the ball, but already ball on the ground and jump ball called with only 8 seconds into the game. And the advantage is going to go to the Rangers, and already they've pointed something out there on the floor. The rest, let's take care of it. But anyway, here we go. Cloudland have their opportunity. Now here comes the Unaka Rangers. You got Michelle Shields bringing the ball down. Michelle Shields, also a great dribble, has a very nasty crossover that Cloudland's going to have to be careful to watch. She's quick. And that quickness gets things started with the quick shot and release. Three-pointer for Miss Michelle Shields to get things started for the Unaka Rangers. So already as we get started, Michelle Shields has already struck fire with a three-pointer. It's a nice move that she made early and a quick release to put the Rangers up early as we're not even at a minute here in the game. Semifinals matchup between the Cloudland Highlanders and the Unaka Rangers. Highlanders now with the ball. Reagan looks to find it down low. Kizzy nowhere to go. Gets the ball, nice pass inside, but shot missed. Rebound by Campbell for the Rangers. She pushes it down, back in the hands of Campbell. Hagee. As you see, Lauren Lund back in the lineup, senior for the Rangers. Campbell now in control. Of course, they're putting that pressure on Shields to try to play keep away from her and her get the ball. But you got to remember, they also got great shooters like Lund, who's got it right now. She takes it up, but miss. Rebound by Brooklyn. Falls in the hands of Hagee. She gets fouled. That's going to be the first foul tonight, called on Cloudland. Big Jones is her first foul. 3-0, as like I said, I'll be sure to try to remind you of the score since I don't have the score on the screen. Rangers with the lead. There we go, Michelle Shields now the ball. She plays off the pick. All she needs is just a little bit of space, and she goes in and takes another jumper and switch. Nothing but net. Michelle Shields is already 2 for 2 here in the first quarter with sinking 2 threes to get a great start for the Unaka Rangers as we're under 6 minutes here in the first quarter. Nice drive inside, up and in as the and one goes to Blair. Reagan Blair there. It's going to send her to the line.
Rangers number 3, Michelle Shields, her first team.
Nice move as Reagan Blair takes it inside and she draws the foul and she puts the icing on the cake, tops it off.
Into the Lady Rangers.
Put 3 points points on the board for the Highlanders. So we're looking at 6-3, 5:47 left here in the first quarter. Already 2 shots taken by that lady right there, Miss Michelle Shields, and so far she's been hot with 6 points. Coming from behind the 3-point line. As she looks to find inside her center, and she gets fouled as Kiana Hagee goes up for the layup and draws the foul, and that's going to send Kiana Hagee to the line. So as you just witnessed right there with trying to double team and put the pressure on Michelle Shields, she's quick enough to be able to keep her eyes open to find someone open. Kiana Hagee. So that's one thing they got to be aware of too, is because Michelle has excellent ball awareness, and she's able to create things, whether she's able to make the bucket herself or able to make an assist. 7-3, 1 shot made by Hagee. As they fight for the rebound, ball gets loose down the ground. They're going to call jump ball. This time it's going to be turned into the hands of the Cloudland Highlanders.
In for the Lady Highlanders, number 10, McKenna Shell.
So Shell's back in the game for the Cloudland Highlanders. As Michelle Shields drives in, she scoops the ball up and in for 2. Michelle Shields. As that gives her 8 points for the night. She's 3 for 3 from the field, with 2 of them being 3-pointers. That puts her 9-3 over the Highlanders. So the Highlanders going to have to find a way to get back in this game before things get out of hand early here in the first quarter. And Shell says, well, she missed, and it gets in the hands of Shields. Shields looks like she's going to go coast to coast, take it all the way up and in, but gets it blocked as the ball goes out of bounds. Good effort there by Shell. She blocks the ball, knocks it out of bounds, and is going to keep it in the possession of the Rangers. Up 9-3, 4:07 left here in the first quarter. In the semi-finals, the region. And we already got another jump ball. The possession now is going to remain in the hands of the Rangers.
In the Lady Rangers, number 12, Ariana.
I'm about to lose my microphone there. He's able to retrieve the pass, gets inside. Shot missed, rebound by the Highlanders. Under 4 minutes. Rangers with a 6-point lead, up 9-3. Shields gets the rebound. She's not afraid to go coast to coast as she gets slowed down, but fouled by Street.
Foul the Lady Highlanders in for 4. Mackenzie Street, her first. Team foul number 3.
Here we go. Michelle Shields has 8 of the 9 points. Charge is going to be called as you saw the elbow come out from Caitlin Duggar. And she was able to get away with that one as they call the charge, and that's going to be her first foul for the night. 3:25 left, 9-3. Unaka Rangers hold on to a 6-point lead here in the first quarter. We're at West Ridge High School. Semi-final matchup for the Regents here in 1A. District 1, District 2 regions are competing to find out who's going to be crowned champion, which that game will be determined on who wins this game, who advances to the finals. Because right after this game, you're going to have Crosby and North Green. It's going to decide on that one after the determine to the finals. So at the line, we got number 32, Gabriella Jones. She missed her first free throw attempt. Second attempt up and good. Gabriella Jones is now on the scoreboard for the Highlanders. Cutting the lead down to 5. Rangers now look to drive inside, go in for a layup, missed. And it was debatable whether or not that ball went off for the Highlanders or the Rangers, but it looks like it's going to be in favor of the Rangers. Looking to inbound the pass. Michelle Shields now with the ball. She drops back, shoots a 3, missed. Her first shot missed tonight. This time foul called on the Rangers. So Kelly Shepard's second foul for the night. So here come the Highlanders. Under 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. They're down by 5. They swing the ball around. At this point, Highlanders just haven't found the shot they wanted to take. As you just saw, a 3-point attempt taken by Shell. But the rim has been stubborn to them, so they haven't been able to get any kind of friendly bounce on their shots. As they're still looking to get warmed up. In the meantime, the Rangers just simply turned the ball over. Stutter step in there was Caitlin Duggar. And gives the Highlanders another opportunity. We're approaching the 2-minute mark here in the first quarter. Rangers are up 9-4. And another travel call. That is a Network King travel agency travel they're calling Highlanders. So they just exchanged the ball. Here we go. Michelle Shields looks to find some room inside, goes up, missed. Rebound by the Highlanders. Here comes Shell, pushing the ball down. Blair swings it out. Shot taken, missed. Here comes Shields again. She rushes down and she goes up and wasn't able to levitate high enough, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It gets knocked out of her hands. So that's going to keep it in the possession of the Rangers. As Michelle Shields already have multiple rebounds tonight. She has already 3 or 4 rebounds to go along with 8 points. Pushing it inside, going with the left, missed. And here come the Highlanders with 1:25 left. Blair drives inside, goes up, missed. Back in the hands of Shields. And here we go. She could take it all the way. She makes a move. Eurostep goes up and in for 2. Michelle Shields. And she's been hard to stop tonight. 10 points already. She's got a 10-piece here in the first quarter. We're under a minute. 11-4, 7-point lead for the Rangers. Blair now with the ball. Taking her time, looking to set up a shot. Maybe this could be the last shot of the quarter. Highlanders still looking for the right shot. Just at 30 seconds left. Take a 3, but missed. So Street took a 3, but hit the front of the rim. And like I said, just haven't had any kind of friendly bounce. from the goal tonight, as the Highlanders have struggled here in the first quarter. 28.4 seconds left for the Unaka Rangers. As Cloudland is now putting the press on the Rangers to try to slow them down. 20 seconds left, and it looks like it almost worked, but Campbell's able to retrieve it without it getting stolen. We just have 14 seconds left. You see the pressure is picked up for Cloudland. Long three by Campbell. He's good. Campbell. Three-pointer with just 3.5 seconds left, and here goes the last shot, and it's going to be in. Oh my goodness! Mackenzie Street, with time running out in the first quarter, gives the Highlanders new hope with that 3-pointer and 7 points. And that's the end of the first quarter. The Unaka Rangers 14 and the Cloudland Highlanders 7. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're not going anywhere. We're going to keep it right here. So while we keep it here, we want to say thank you to our sponsors who's been responsible for doing our productions tonight, or having our productions happen for you. That, of course, is Pizza Inn in Elizabethton. Shout out to Eric and the staff as they do an excellent job taking great care of us each time we do a game. We also want to give a thank you to D&K Tax Services. Guess what? It's tax season. If you haven't got your taxes done, you need to call D&K Tax Services to see if they can get you a great refund or even save you some money. And then, of course, we want to say thank you to Venture Productions TV.
As we begin
our major sponsor, VP Playback, Carter County Game. And here we go. Second quarter. Michelle Shields gives it up to Brooklyn. Brooklyn passes it to Lauren. Long three by the Rangers, missed. Here come the Highlanders as they got Big Mo on their side after that big three-pointer taken by Street just before the end of the first quarter. As that helps slice the lead down to just 7. 14-7, Rangers are still up. Highlanders still not rim friendly. Hits the front of the rim. With Shell going up for that layup. And here come the Unaka Rangers. Kiana now with the ball. She looks to drive inside, goes up and in for two. Kiana Hagee. And that's her first 2 for the night, which puts her at 3. Once again, here comes the Unaka Rangers up 16-7. You hear the Cloudland Highlanders fans in the student section over there trying to get things fired up. But speaking of fired up, Kiana Hagee is getting things fired up. That's her back-to-back buckets. That's going to put her at 5 for the Rangers. Second leading scorer tonight, as the Rangers are up 18-7. 6:24 left here in the second quarter. The Highlanders still having trouble getting heated up. Thought about the 3, but decided to let it go. This time, 3-point taken and good. McKenna Shell. That puts 10 up for the Highlanders as they're still down by 8. And you see quickly a timeout taken. So the Rangers take a quick timeout. Coach Chambers, before things not necessarily get out of hand, but before our Highlanders catch that heat and begin to cook, he wants to turn the heat right back down. And he did it by calling the timeout to get the Rangers back in the flow as they had in the first quarter. Up 18-10. We're right at the 6-minute mark. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Pizza Inn in Elizabethton, D&K Tax Services, of course, Network King Travel Agency, and Venture Productions TV. Here we go, under 6 minutes. Michelle Shields now with the ball. She lets it go. Swings around to Lund. Lund lets it go for 3. Lauren Lund with her first three-pointer. That puts it at 21-10. And so far, the Cloudland Highlanders find a little trouble, but able to strike back there with a quick bank 3. But Joel wondering why I was quiet there. I let the fans. Help give the response to Michelle Shields. She just extended the lead to 24 after making her free throw. So I didn't leave you. I had my head down there. I was looking to make sure that I had all my stats correct. Corrected, excuse me. 24-13. Highlanders are down by 9. Still hitting the front of the rim. It's got to be frustrating there for the Highlanders. This West Ridge goal, just like I said, has not been on their side. As you can see, Miss Kiana Hagee with the putback. That gives her 7 points for the night. 26-13. Unaka Rangers. Coach Chambers has got his team cooking tonight. I always say this, no matter what happens in the regular season, the time to turn up is now in the tournament time. Shout out to the Happy Valley Warriors. Unfortunately, did not get their first district win until the district tournament, which actually put them in the region, but they got exited in the first round of the region. But congratulations to the Happy Valley Warriors. Anyway, another rebound by Michelle Shields, not afraid to try to go all the way, but this time with the double team gets it ripped. And here come the Highlanders. And the layup is blocked by Duggar, but they call a foul on her, and that's going to send Blair to the line. Or excuse me, Street. So Street, if my math is right, has 5 for the night. Now we've got some substitution going on to give some of the Rangers a break. So Hagee comes out as well as Duggar. Street second attempt up and good. So Street makes both of her free throws. That gets 15 points for the Rangers, but they're still down by 9 as the Rangers have 26-15 lead, and just saw a travel there that occurred by Shepard. Turns the ball back over to the Cloudland Highlanders, and here's where the Rangers have to be careful, because just those simple mistakes like that can put the Cloudland Highlanders right back in it. Ball gets loose, goes out of bounds, and looks like goes off the Unaka Rangers. Actually went off Cloudland, which I thought that went off the Rangers there, but I'm not there quick and down there low enough to be able to see as the refs are, so we're going to just trust that the refs are right. Fortunately, we don't have instant replay for you tonight, so we can't tell if that ball actually did go off the Rangers or the Highlanders. Anyway, the Rangers have 3:36 left, 26-15. As we're in the semi-finals region matchup between District 1 and District 2. But it got 2 District 1 teams, 2 Carter County rivals. As Brooklyn Campbell goes up and in for 3. And already Brooklyn has 5 points for the night. She's already close to her average. 28-15, Unaka Rangers with the lead. Three-pointer taken, and nothing by Shell. And you got to be careful with Shell because when she gets heated up and begins to cook, that can easily help the Highlanders get back into the game. As Brooklyn Campbell ends up with the offensive rebound to keep the ball alive. Long three there by the Rangers, missed, and Brooklyn Campbell once again gets another rebound. And Lauren picked the dribble up, looking to try to get rid of it. She does. And driving inside, gets the blocks. Highlanders now with the ball. As they're trying to work their way back in the game, down by 10. Here comes the three-pointers. Still not going their way. Here come Lauren Ludd, and they're going to call carry on Lauren Ludd. She had nothing but open space there. She was on her way for a layup, but another turnover called on the Rangers. And Lauren's going to take a break there as Coach Chambers was telling her to be mindful of her dribble. So here we go. 10-point lead for the Rangers as they try to hold on to it with 2 minutes left here in the first half. And driving to the basket, getting fouled. Number 3, Reagan Blair. I believe that's going to send her to the line.
Now the Lady Rangers, number 54, Callie Shepard, third, team second.
Callie Shepard has 3 fouls already here in the first half.
And for the Lady Rangers, number 48, Unaka.
Blair makes her first free throw. Second shot, good. 2 for 2 on the line. Reagan Blair, 4 points tonight for the Highlanders in under 2 minutes. Cloudland putting on the full court pressure. As you can hear the student section yelling defense for the Highlanders. Michelle Shields has got plenty of range, so wouldn't be surprised she was taking that shot, but she hesitated, and now we have it in the hands of a nice little spin move there, up and in. Douglas, sophomore, for 2. I believe that's her first 2 tonight. Nice spin move there by Miss Emma Douglas. 30-20, back to a 10-point lead. Long 3, and it's good. And they're beginning to cook. Street leading the score for the Highlanders. She has 9. Here comes Michelle Shields. She goes in. They wave it. Foul called before the bucket. So that's going to send. When they call on the floor. 51.1 seconds left. Now just a 7-point lead as the Highlanders have worked their way back into it. They've cut it under 10. Shot taken up and in. It's good. Number 12, Ariana Sutherland. I believe that's her first 2 tonight. That's going to send her to the line too. 32-23. Now a 9-point lead for the Rangers. She missed the free throw. 43 seconds left here in the second quarter. And the Highlanders are beginning to heat up from the 3-point line, led by Street. Another 3 taken, but missed. But nice follow-up. The ball gets knocked out of bounds, and that's going to keep it to the Highlanders.
And for the Lady Highlanders, number 53, Reagan Turkeyfield.
So we got 23.3 seconds left Highlanders could hold on to the last shot, but when you got a wide open three like that, you might as well take it. And Mackenzie Street, she's been nothing but fire tonight for the Highlanders. She has 12 points, but here comes the last second shot taken, and it banks close. Yes, that's going to do it. The Rangers holding on to a lead. Just now, only a 6-point lead. At one point, it was 12, but the Highlanders have worked their way and cut it down to 6 just before the half ended. And to help get the Highlanders back in the game was the shooting effort from Mackenzie Street. She began to cook in the second quarter. She's hit 3 threes for the night, and she has 12 points. For actually, I think she has 15 of the 26 points. I'll have to do that again, add that up again. In the meantime, we got a little action there by the Unaka Ranger cheerleaders as they give you a little halftime entertainment here at West Ridge High School, excuse me, in Sullivan County, as the Unaka Rangers hold on to a 32-26 lead here at the half. Entering into the building, we have North Green coming into the building to witness, to see who's going to be advancing to the finals between the Rangers and the Highlanders. We got a good one here tonight, so stick around. We're not going anywhere, and I won't tell you why, because we are commercial free tonight. What we want to do, give a shout out to our sponsors like Pizza Inn in Elizabeth and Tennessee. Shout out to Eric Wilson and the entire staff as they take real good care of the crew, providing the pregame meal. Tonight, let me tell you what we had tonight. Oh, the XL pizza. That's the extra large pepperoni pizza, which was absolutely delicious. And guess what the dessert was tonight? It was the cinnamon stromboli dessert. And I was able to wash it down with some of that delicious tea. Now, I know a lot of you love the sweet tea from Pizza Inn, but you know, I've been putting on some pounds eating all that delicious pizza from Pizza Inn, so I've cut back to unsweet tea. So I've washed it all down with some unsweet tea. But anyway, I took care of business with pizza. I think I had about 3 slices of that pepperoni pizza, and hopefully I've got some left over that I can enjoy maybe heating up later tonight after the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to remind you that this is tax season, and if you haven't got your taxes done yet, you may want to consider going to Kathy and Dee at D&K Tax Services, located in Elizabeth. D&K Tax Services, they do an excellent job taking care of your taxes. And guess what? You might find yourself getting a great refund, but you won't know until you go visit Kathy and Dee at D&K Tax Services, located in Elizabeth. And also, guess what? You planning on taking a trip from getting that nice refund from your taxes, that you need to contact the Network King Travel Agency. That's right, the Network King Travel Agency can set you up with a vacation. I know spring break is approaching here in a few weeks for most schools here in the area. So guess what? Get the family together and do a getaway. Take that tax refund money and set up a nice vacation with the Network King Travel Agency. Network King is taking care of my trip, which I've got a trip coming up. That's the celebration, which actually is sponsored by the Network King, called the Celebration Vacation getaway, and I think I've said that all wrong. Anyway, the Network King was able to get me set up and ready to go to be able to travel to the Bahamas. So if you'd like to take a trip on a nice cruise to the Bahamas on one of the many cruise lines, then you need to contact, once again, Lee Williams, the Network King Travel Agency. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting ready to pan the camera over here, and the guy who's been doing a lot of work, taking some great pictures tonight, also taking a break. There he is right there, Mike Hines. As soon as I put the camera on him, he goes into action, never taking a break. But Mike Hines is the proud owner of Hindsight Imaging, so he's here to take some pictures. And I saw he had a great deal going on. Can't remember verbatim exactly what the deal was, but if you want to get some great photos, some great action sports photos, you need to contact Mike Hines of Hindsight Imaging. So I see he's down there talking to CY. Oh, CY Peters there. I don't know if CY's working tonight for the Star or Carter County Sports, but he does also a great job with his photography and writing ability. So shout out to CYP. So I was talking to him about one of the games. Actually, it was the Unaka Happy Valley game. I said, CY, we're going to have to get you on air to do some color, because I found out that CY used to cover games back around the beginning of the millennium, where when they weren't doing any video live streaming, but I think they were doing audio live streaming. So CY used to do the Carter County football, basketball games, live streaming them audio only, and I think you would take video and then they would go back and then they would put the video and match it with the audio and then present it like that. So anyway, times have changed, so we are now in the stream world. That being said, maybe we can get CY Peters back on air and do some color for the BP Playback Game of the Week, which this may be, excuse me, unfortunately our final basketball game that we'll be covering this year, and that is because, like I said, with that trip that I'll be taking with the Network King Travel Agency, by the time I get back, basketball may be all said and done. So we'll be back again next season, and we're going to look to maybe start earlier. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get started at the beginning of the season last year because I was still helping out Your High School Sports, producing those live streams. As Sevier County kept advancing in the playoffs and did so well, they won the state championship last year. So since I mentioned Sevier County, shout out to the Sevier County football team. They should actually have another fantastic, phenomenal team next year. That's not to guarantee that they can go back to back, but let me tell you that what, they have a good chance to do it, especially led by quarterback and highly recruited D1 quarterback Cooper Newman, who was the state MVP in 5A in the 5A championship game. Anyway, with all that being said, we're just under 2 minutes away. We got the Highlanders and we got the Rangers. And the Rangers right now currently have the lead. As you see, we're at the 141 mark, 32, 26. It's been all the Unaka Rangers led by, speaking of phenomenal players, Michelle Shields, who's had a phenomenal start. Just in the beginning of the game, she hit her first three and then followed up with back-to-back threes. But she didn't stop there. Her third shot, she hit a two, so she had already in the beginning of the game, starting off with 8 points. Well, they slowed her down a little in the second half, at least slowed her down from getting 3-pointers in the second quarter, but that didn't stop her from getting 2, as she's got a total of 13 points to lead the Rangers. So I'm sure that she's just getting warmed up. She averages around 20 points per game. She's already taken care of more than half of that in the first quarter. But however, if she continues on that pace, it's going to be hard to stop the Unaka Rangers. So somehow the Highlanders are going to have to try to contain Michelle Shields. But on the other side, let's be careful. Let's also be mindful of who's getting it done for the Highlanders. After a rough start of shooting for the Highlanders, the young lady who began to cook was Mackenzie Street. Mackenzie Street, she was able to match Michelle Shields in 3. She actually had 3 3-pointers, and she leads the Highlanders with 15 of the 26 points. So they've reset the clock. That means the third quarter is about to start. And ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Carter County Game of the Week. Here the Unaka Rangers as they host the Cloudland Highlanders here at West Ridge High School. And here we go. Here in the third quarter, we're going to find out a winner tonight who's going to advance and keep their season alive in just under 16 minutes of game time, and already a turnover there by the Highlanders, and only 15 seconds gone by, and that's something you don't want to do. Highlanders had an opportunity to get the ball first to cut it to possibly 4 or 3, but they give the ball right back over to the Unaka Rangers, and guess what? The person you don't want the ball, Michelle Shields has it, but she lets it go inside to Hagee with a little rough push off. They're going to call her with a charge, so that's going to charge her with a foul. So the Rangers give it right back to the Highlanders. 30 seconds have gone by, and we haven't moved anywhere. No one's been able to take a shot yet between turning the ball over and the charge that was charged to Hagee. So here come the Highlanders, down by 6. And at any moment, they can get hot at the 3-point line, but decide to drive inside, go up to the left, but miss. And there's Brooklyn Campbell hustling to the floor. Ball slips right back in her hands, into the hands of Cloudland. And Coach Birchfield quickly able to call a timeout before anything gets out of control. So the Highlanders call a timeout, 7:01 left here in the third quarter. We'll go ahead and pan over here to the Cloudland Highlander cheerleaders to give us some airtime. For all the hard work they put in to prepare for each and every game, the Highlander girls, the Highlander cheerleaders do not just cheer for the girls, they also cheer for the guys. So they put in double the work during basketball season. So you want to take time to thank the Cloudland Highlander cheerleaders for all the hard work they put in cheering on their team. So here we go. Coming out of the timeout, Cloudland has the ball, and they're looking to slice this lead down to possibly 4 or even 3. And I wouldn't be surprised if it is a 3, especially if they get in the hands of Street. Speaking of Street, she's got it right now, but a little too much movement with the legs without the movement of the ball, which is going to cause a networking travel agency travel. And so far, we haven't had any shooting. We've just been having turnovers going back and forth. And the score has been frozen, 32-26. Already a minute 20's gone by. Here's Shields. She takes the long 3 to get things started. In and out, but Hagee there to get the putback, and it doesn't work for her, and it goes off of Kiana. And now the ball goes into possession of the Highlanders. So you saw Shields' first shot taken tonight in the second half, and in and out on the 3-pointer. And here come the Highlanders. You got to be careful, leave them open 3, but blocked by Shields. Great athletic ability there Looked like it was going to be an easy layup for Blair, but out of nowhere comes Michelle Shields with the block. And you see the Rangers now have the ball. So not only is Shields getting the job done on offense, you just saw some of the defensive ability there with the block shot. So Shields with the ball. They get it to Campbell, and they're able to cross. Back to Campbell. As you can see, Street has a big task guarding Shields. And Shields looks to get the ball. And I missed that call there. So Kiana Hagee was called with that foul. That's her second tonight. So guess what? 5:48 left here in the third quarter, and we still haven't gone anywhere. No one's decided to make a bucket yet. 32-26, still a 6-point lead. And it's about time for somebody to cook. And right there, Street, she's got that opportunity, but the ball almost gets taken away from Lauren Ludd. Good defense there by Lauren. Both teams playing excellent defense tonight. Here we go, Michelle Shields. She's quick with the ball, but she lets it go to Brooklyn Campbell, and Brooklyn gives it back to Shields. And like I said, that's too much room for Shields because you know she'll take it. And it works in her advantage. Michelle Shields with another three. That gives her 15 tonight. 5 minutes left here in the third quarter, 35-26 lead, so we're at a 9-point lead for the Rangers. That's the first bucket made tonight between both teams until that shot taken, but no, that's missed. I was getting ready to give Highlanders some credit, but long pass, nice vision there by Shields to Brooklyn Campbell to finish it off with the layup. Good court vision there by Shields. It makes it 37-26. That's 5 points for Brooklyn tonight. As you get the steal, and here come the Rangers, and here comes the senior, Lauren Ludd, and she, slipped on her feet, gets tripped up, and they call the foul on Cloudland, so the Rangers are able to keep the ball 37-26. After that nice cross-court pass from Shields to Campbell, it extends the lead to 11. So, turnover there. Unforced turnover there by the Unaka Rangers, not able to get the ball in. The 5-second call gets them. Here we go, 4:15 left. Highlanders still looking for their first bucket. They need to find a quick way to do it before things get out of hand as the Unaka Rangers have an 11-point lead. Here we go. Going inside, stops, drop, takes a shot, but Shields, another rebound for Michelle Shields. She brings the ball down. 3-point shot taken, in and out, but great effort there by Duggar with the putback. Offensive rebound and the putback by Duggar, and that makes it a 13-point lead, 39-26. Rangers. And so far, with a great comeback in the second quarter for the Highlanders, they have found a drought spell here in the second quarter. We're almost at 3 minutes left in the, third quarter, and the Highlanders still haven't found a bucket. Meanwhile, Unaka Rangers keep adding more points, and now you got Michelle Shields penetrating, but she brings it back outside. Nice crossover, looks to go in, passes it inside to Kiana. Kiana goes up, and a nice roll in for Kiana Hagee. So another assist there by Shields. As soon as you think you're able to try to contain Shields, remember she has good court vision. She keeps aware of who's around her, and in that case, she finds a nice pass inside to Kiana Hagee as she goes up and in for two. And Kiana Hagee has been Excellent back up to Shields as she's second leading scorer. She has 9 points for the Rangers. Rangers, like I said, holding on to a 41-26 lead. 3:13 left. You see we have a timeout, and we've got the Cloudland Highlanders cheerleaders there as they look to bust a move and entertain the crowd. So we'll do our best in between timeouts and breaks on showcasing the cheerleaders because, like I said, the big show is game time. The big show is not just all about the players. The cheerleaders, like I said, they put just as much hard work to prepare for the games as the players do. So here we go, 3:13 left in the third quarter. The Unaka Rangers up 41-26, led by Michelle Shields, and Michelle's also been having a nice combination platter prepared for Kiana Hagee as she's given her a few assists to help Hagee as she gets a rebound. Follow up with 9 points right behind Shields for the Rangers. And here comes Michelle Shields, who dishes it off, but gets right back in her hands. We're under the 3-minute mark. As you can hear the Highlanders cheering on their team. Michelle Shields gets another in and out, but once again, the offensive rebounds has been detrimental to the Highlanders. Unaka getting those putbacks and offensive rebounds, but this time after the missed shot, the Highlanders able to get the rebound and they're pushing it down the court quickly. And they're still struggling to get their first bucket here in the third quarter. They swing the ball around and into the quarter goes Street. She goes up and missed, and good effort there by Campbell, but Shell there to try to get the rebound off of Campbell, but it goes off her hands, and possession goes to the Rangers. 2:11 left and a 41-26 lead. And this may be hard to believe, and I'm not going to be too premature calling it yet, but the Unaka Rangers are looking to pitch a shutout here in the third quarter if the Highlanders don't find a way quickly to get a bucket, as Shields just about turned the ball over. Good effort there by number 1, McCurry. She nearly was able to get a steal for the Highlanders. We're now at the 2-minute mark. Rangers inbound the pass. Senior gives it back. Duggar. He's got plenty of space. Looks to try to drive inside. Kicks it back out. They look to pass it down inside to Duggar, but it slips out of their hands, and here come the Highlanders with 1:37 left in the third quarter, and they still are trying to find their first bucket here in the third quarter. If they want to get back into this game, they definitely need to at least get a bucket to give them some hope going into the fourth quarter. Air ball. That just shows you the frustration the Highlanders have had all night. Good hustle there by Shields. She gets another rebound. She's close to a double-double tonight. Crossover, step back, takes the shot, missed. Rebound Highlanders under a minute as they're still looking to get their first bucket here in the third quarter. Up and, missed, and Shields gets another rebound. She gets a long pass, but they push it back out. 37 seconds left. I wouldn't be surprised if they hold it until the last shot. If they're able to do that, that means they would have pitched the shutout to the Highlanders. Ball nearly taken away, but knocked out of bounds by the Highlanders. 26.5 seconds left. Coming to the game is Campbell. Taking a break is Michelle Shields to get her ready for the fourth quarter when her team really needs her. But right now they've been taking care of business. Great defense. You got to commend the Unaka Rangers here. To, like I said, if 21 seconds get by and the Highlanders are not able to score, that's going to be a shutout for the Rangers. 14-13. Brooklyn Campbell looks, and it goes all for the Highlanders. 9.1 seconds now left on the clock.
In the Lady Highlanders, number 21, Savannah McCurry.
Savannah McCurry comes in the game with 9.1 seconds left. Too many steps taken without a dribble, and that's going to cause a turnover. So we got 6 seconds left. This gives the Highlanders an opportunity to score and give them some hope going into the fourth quarter. So here we go. I'm sure they're going to take the last shot, and there it is, but it airballs and goes right out of bounds. And that's been a symbol of their frustration here tonight. Excellent second quarter for the Highlanders, but just wasn't able to keep that momentum going into the third quarter, which they weren't able to score. And their score freezes at 26 as Unaka advanced up to 41 points. And Michelle Shields and Gianna Hagee helped lead the Rangers in that third quarter. Michelle Shields has had an awesome all-around game tonight, getting it done outside with her outside game, the three-pointers, inside, dribble driving for layups, as well as making key assist plays. Not only that, she's got a ton of rebounds and even a blocked shot. So Michelle Shields, who was crowned the district MVP last week, is continuing that MVP status going into the region. So somehow, if they can keep the defense cooking at the pace they've been keeping it at, they may find themselves advancing to the region championship. But guess what? The Highlanders are not done. And Coach Birchfield, with a good team that he has, is going to find a way to get his team scrappy and hustling their way back in this game. As you can see already, Highlanders getting started by going to the line with only 14 seconds left. So Savannah looking to put a bucket. This will be the first bucket if they're able to make it here in the second half, as he struggled on the first shot on the line. So McCurry with the second shot goes up and in, and that's going to give her a bucket as well as the first point for Highlanders. You can see the Highlanders putting the press on, and Hagee had a lot of open space there besides to hold it up, and Michelle Shields takes the three, and it's good. So you can't give her that much time and space when that's all she knows to do is shoot three-pointers. She's been practicing threes her entire life. She is a gym rat, and you can always find her in the gym practicing threes. She actually, I can remember playing on my son's basketball team back when they were younger, and she was not only really old enough to play, but she was playing on the team at like around 4 years old, and I already knew the ability the young Shields had at the time. And I remember Dad used to get frustrated with her at that time, but I had to always remind her, I said, you got to remember, she's playing with 6-year-olds and she's only 4. So anyway, Shields with the ball. Nice behind the back, lets it go. Brooklyn. Pass it off to the senior, Lauren. Lauren puts it back in the hands of Shields. She goes up and just rolls off the rim. But Brooklyn there to get the rebound. And like I said, this has been a key component for the Unaka Rangers. And that's been rebounds, especially on the offensive side, giving the Unaka Rangers many opportunities for shots. As Brooklyn Campbell makes her first bucket, her first free throw rather, and that gives her 6 for tonight, around her average. She could cross it. She makes the second, and she does. 7 points for Brooklyn Campbell, 46-27. So here come the Highlanders. So you got to be careful to not let this one get out of hand. But the defense, as you just see there, has also been another key component. Between rebounds and defense, this Unaka Ranger team has been very competitive. 6:30 left in the fourth quarter. Once again, Shields with the ball, and nice little hesitation move, but pushes it back out. Campbell now holds it, gives it to the senior. He looks to make a move, nearly gets it ripped.
Now the Lady Rangers, number 3, Michelle Shields, her second.
So Michelle Shields called with the foul, and that's going to give the Highlanders an opportunity to try to find some of that Cloudland Carter County magic to get back in the game. And that can help when you're able to draw a foul and go to the line. So that's going to send Blair to the line. Blair has 4 points tonight.
To the line to shoot 2, Reagan Blair.
First shot for Blair, no good, and once again, Cloudland has just been struggling in all aspects of shooting tonight, on the line as well as in the field. Second shot, in and out. So once again, you got to commend Unaka for the defense as Chambers saves his team from a turnover and quickly calls a timeout. 46-27. Big lead for the Rangers. That's 19 points that somehow Coach Birchfield and the Highlanders are going to have to find a way to get back into it. Now, of course, you know, I always like to play the numbers, and I don't mean in gambling, but I mean in numbers as far as strategic ways to find yourself getting back in this game. So the magic number they need right now is to cut it under 15. They can cut it to 15 here in the next minute and a half. You want to work your way to that 10. Once you get it under 10, especially if you can do that before the 2.5 minute mark, you've got a chance. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here the next 3.5 minutes on what the Highlanders are going to be able to do to try to get back into this game. So you already can see the pressure has been amped up as they've been putting the press on the Rangers, and they're going to continue. As here we go. So let's see if the press is going to work. As you yell, you hear the students yelling defense. Highlanders desperately want to keep their season alive, and they help it by getting a steal. And let's see if that magic number of cutting to 15 can happen. Nice pass inside from Street, but a little too quick to where I'm not sure if she was ready for it, as it came in pretty quickly. So that's going to give the Rangers the ball now. Jones had a nice opportunity there inside, but like I said, the ball came in a little too quick. Then turns the ball back over to the Rangers, and trapped by the Highlanders, and it works as they're able to get the jump ball, and the possession is going to go to the advantage of the Highlanders. So here we go, 5:24. Remember, the magic number we're looking for the Highlanders is to try to cut it under 15. But it first starts with just making a bucket. They still haven't made a bucket. They made a free throw here in the second half, but they're still struggling to get their first bucket. So in order to get the confidence, but that's not going to help as Brooklyn Campbell gets the steal. But with the ball just being out of control, rumbling around the ground there, she throws the ball right back over to the Highlanders. So as I was saying, the Highlanders still looking to get their first bucket here in the second half. They have 1 point, but that comes from the free throw line. So in order to build this confidence for the Highlanders, they need a shot to go their way, and that didn't happen in that case. It's Kiana Hagee able to get the rebound, and Highlanders are quickly there to forced the turnover as they put the trap on Kiana Hagee, and she wasn't able to get out of it. Chambers already sacrificed one timeout. He didn't want to let another one go, so he's probably going to let Kiana come out of the game. And coming in for it is going to be Shepard. Shepard's been playing dangerously with 3 fouls tonight. She got those early, but we're down here in the last quarter, so she still has 2 more, so she's in the game. Here we go. Highlanders drive inside, and that rim just hasn't been their friend tonight. See, they hit the front of the rim, back of the rim, but nowhere have they found a friendly bounce for a bucket to go in. As we're almost at the halfway point of the 4th quarter, Rangers up big, 19-point lead, 46-27. And there's no rush now for the Highlanders, or for the Rangers, as just shot an air ball there. So, 4:23 left. And somehow Cloudland's going to have to find a way to crawl back in this game. The way to do it now is after sacrifice, giving the ball back over to the Rangers. They got to try to get the ball back. Now remember, a minute's already gone by, so I said a minute and a half they needed to try to cut it under 15, so they're a little behind as far as my calculations and trying to do math. But you know math doesn't matter, especially when you have a Carter County rival game like this. With the hot shooting of Mackenzie Street, if she's able to get an opportunity to take some shots, she's going to be the key player that can help cut it under 15. She's been hot at the three-point line. She has 3 threes tonight. But once again, none of this matters until the Highlanders are able to try to get the ball back. Rangers get the ball knocked out of bounds by the Highlanders. 4:09 left in this game. Coming up, which we will not cover, but coming up is going to be Cosby against North Green. That's going to decide who goes to the championship. They're going to play the winner of this game. As a nice little jump shot by Michelle Shields. She has another 2 to her mini. Foul called, and I saw the reach in there, and that is going to be Shepard's 4th foul. So we're going to see if Chambers is going to keep her in the game or not. I think he's going to let her play it out, or no. He's got Hagee coming back in for her, so he's not going to let her play out. Under 4 minutes left. Highlanders with the ball. They're still looking for their first bucket, and could they get it? And still hitting the front of the rim. Just incredible how the shots have been short for the Highlanders. It's really hard to explain. I know Coach Birchfield's just frustrated and can't figure out what's going on. Maybe he can sneak in his pocket and put a ball magnet up there on the rim that can maybe help force the basketball to give him a bucket. But until we're able to create that magic, in the meantime, the Highlanders are going to have to do it the hard way and find a way to score. So here we go. 3:30 left. Still struggling to get that first bucket. They need that confidence builder in that first shot as they go up in almost an and 1, but that's going to send Blair to the line. Blair has 4 tonight. Kind of a quiet 4. Because she's hit 1 bucket from the field, and then 2 of her buckets have come from the line, like her 3rd bucket from the line, which gives her 5. So, still, the Highlanders, yes, they've scored 2 points in the second half, but both of those points have come from the free throw line. They're still trying to find their first bucket from the field. We got Shepard back in the game, and oh boy, shot missed, but offensive rebound by the Highlanders. They go for the long 3, and oh, Campbell there to roughen up to try to get the rebound, but they're going to call a jump ball. That's going to be in favor of the Highlanders. So the Highlanders with 3:22 still have an opportunity to try to score to build that confidence, but time is beginning to run out. They're going to need to take a quick shot. There it is, and still hitting the front of the rim. And here comes Michelle Shields, and all the way up and in for the easy score. Michelle Shields with the layup, and that makes it 50-28, and that's almost like a nail in the coffin there. After that play, we're under 3 minutes, and here comes Michelle Shields once again. As she looks to take it up and in with the left. She has 2 more. And out of nowhere, the Unaka Rangers get 2 quick buckets there by layups from Michelle Shields, and 52-28. Don't want to count out the Highlanders quite yet, but oh my, it's going to be really, really hard to get back into this one with just 2:46 left. But here you go, Coach Birchfield not giving up. Coach knows Highlanders. Because guess what? Until the buzzer sounds, this game is not over. In the meantime, as the Highlanders are trying to figure it out, the Rangers, once again led by Michelle Shields, she has 25 for the night, so that's going to amp up her average. She averages nearly 20 points per game. And since the injury, since I last covered the Unaka Rangers and witnessing Michelle getting hurt in that Happy Valley game, since she has returned, she has been nothing but fire for the Rangers. And she's been able to keep the flame going here in the region. As she's looking to lead her team into the championship. But still, there's 2:35 left. And you got to commend the MVP to the defense here. Oh, my goodness. To hold the Highlanders to just 2 points in a half is nearly impossible to even mention. But that's a very good possibility that could happen tonight. As the Highlanders still struggling to try to get their first bucket here in the second half, and it's just hard for me to even say it or come up with that statement to say they haven't scored a bucket in the second half. Of course, there's no rush for the Rangers as the foul's called on the Highlanders. And you can see once again the frustration coming out from Jones. She's calling the foul.
Team second.
2:20 left, 52-28, Unaka Rangers with a big lead and looking to pave the way to the championship because they're in no hurry to take a bucket. So the Highlanders, not giving up, are going to have to amp up the defense if they want any slim chance. But I'll tell you what, Kiana Haight, she's now in double digits. It's just been that type of night. And up and in for 2. As you can see, Mackenzie Street helps get the first bucket for the half for the Highlanders. It's now 30. They're down 24. It goes off the hands of Campbell. So with the Highlanders down 24, you're going to need maybe 8 miraculous threes made consecutively by the senior Mackenzie Street, if that's part of their game plan. Because that's about the only chance I see if you can play a game of how quick can I throw some, make 3-point buckets. So here we go. And just under a minute, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. Unaka Rangers up 54-30. They have the ball with just a minute left in this game. But you got to commend the Highlanders for reaching it this far. Unfortunately, for seniors like Mackenzie Street, this is going to be her last game as a Highlander. So, unfortunately, you hate for it to come down to that, especially after the Highlanders took care of business in the regular season, finishing second in the district. But remember, it doesn't matter how you finish in the regular season. You got to make sure your game's amped up and ready by region time. That's exactly what the Unaka Rangers have done. They have just turned the tables all around. I'm not going to say they had a bad regular season because they actually had a very impressive regular season. Only 8 losses, over 20 wins. Unfortunately, just half of those losses that come from district games. But they got things turned around, won the district, and now they're looking to advance into the region championship. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll go ahead and announce our player of the game tonight. The Pizza Inn player of the game, we're going to give that to Michelle Shields, but I also want to give it to the entire defense. Really just the entire team of the Unaka Rangers, because pitching a shutout on the Highlanders in that third quarter was absolutely amazing. And that was the key to get this victory tonight, because as you can remember, in the second quarter, the Highlanders turned things around and cut the lead down to 6. So you thought the momentum was on their side, but coming right out the gate in the second half, the Highlanders turned the ball over. Instead of getting maybe a quick bucket, give the ball to the Rangers, and they just played kind of back and forth between turnovers and whatever else was going on there before anybody scored. But once the Unaka Rangers scored first, they just haven't looked back, and this is where we are with just 3 seconds left in this game, and that's going to do it. As your Unaka Rangers have come up, I don't even know if we want to call this one an upset. They took care of business in the district, and once again, they take care of business in the region. So congratulations to the Unaka Rangers as they go back home with a victory and an invitation to the regional championship game.
I'll be back over tomorrow night. And Wednesday night.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an incredible year for the Rangers, and also a great year for BP Playback. Carter County Games of the Week, brought to you by Adventure Productions TV. We want to give a quick thank you to our sponsors. That is Pizza Inn in Elizabethton. They've done an excellent job taking care of the crew, feeding the crew all year long, all season long. Also want to give a thank you to D&K Tax Services. D&K Tax Services, tax season. Get your taxes done before it's too late so you can get a great refund. Also want to thank the Network King Travel Agency. You ready to book your next trip? Contact Lily Williams of Network King. And of course, once again, thanks to Venture Productions TV for help bringing the live streams together once again. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's been a great, fantastic year. Good luck to the Unaka Rangers as they advance into the championship. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover that, but that's going to do it for me this year. But remember, tomorrow night, the Unaka Rangers boys are playing in the region. So you want to be able to catch that game. Unfortunately, I won't be able to cover that, so I'm going to be tied up. So ladies and gentlemen, a great year. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching and be a part of the production we produce each and every week this basketball season. Pray we come back, we do it again next year, bigger and better. Hey, this is Chris Reddick, and remember, let me remind you, wedding season's also coming up too, so if you need your wedding video or you need a DJ, contact me at Venture Productions TV. Go to ventureproductions.tv, or hey, just message me on Facebook, Chris Reddick. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, God bless. Enjoy the rest of the basketball season. It's been an amazing year. Thank you once again. And we'll see you next basketball season for the VP Playback, Carter County Games of the Week, brought to you by Venture Productions TV.